Hello everyone, it's Dawn and welcome back to my channel. Well, today we're going to start a new series on Aperture cards. So we'll be doing different styles of Aperture cards, and I hope this one will be one that you'll enjoy, and I hope that it'll be pretty. So I've started off, we're going to make a 6x4 card or 4x6 inch card. Now I always make my own card bases. And if you're going to make them, especially to gift or to sell, it makes them look extra professional if you give them a nice deep crease. Now, I'll give you a tip. So I've had quite a few comments saying, what do you do if you haven't got a bone folder? Well, you can use your thumb, or you can do what I did and what I still do sometimes when I first started crafting, and B, when I can't find my bone folder, which I can't at the moment because of Graham's bed being in my old craft space. I've had to pack all my bits and pieces up, and I've put my bone folder away so neatly I don't actually know where it is. So it's around somewhere. So what you can do what I did when I first start, and what I'm doing at the moment until I find my real bone folder. You can use the back of the rounded handle of a teaspoon. So if I turn that round, so just hold what you do, more or less the same as you do with the bone folder. Hold your card stock down while it's folded. Start at the top and give it a really good press. So hold it like that with your finger, or your forefinger, index finger, on top of the spoon with the right side facing up, although I don't suppose that matters. And press hard and drag down at the same time. And it'll give you the same effect as a bone folder. So there's my tip of the day. If you haven't got a bone folder, or if you can't find it, use a teaspoon. We've all got teaspoons in the house somewhere. The kitchen's about the only room in this house that I can find everything, more or less. So this is a 6x4 card, as we've said, and I have done a 6x4 mat, and I've embossed my mat. So I haven't coloured the card came like this, and I have put, now you can use parchment paper if you like, but parchment paper can be quite expensive. So I've just used ordinary tracing paper, and I've used a piece, well, you could do it 6x4. I did about 3.5 by 5.5 inches. So I've made it slightly smaller. I've already stuck that on, and I stuck that on with some glue stick like that. And over the top of that, I've put some foam pads because I wanted it to stand away. Now, if you wanted to, you could cut your aperture, and you could colour over your aperture, all over this bit. You could colour over the parchment paper, or tracing paper in my case, and put a little bit of colour, but I'm not going to do that. But if you want to do that, that's absolutely fine. I might do that in another video, but not this one. So I've put foam pads on the back, and all I'm going to do is run some glue stick over the foam pads. This just gives us a little bit more time to get our mat into place, which again is 6x4. 6x4 inches. All of these measurements will be in the description below. But putting a bit of glue on, especially this type of glue stick, it doesn't take away or add to the stickiness, it just makes them a bit slippery or greasy. And so if you don't quite get it where you want it the first time, it stops it grabbing instantly. That's all it really does. So you've got another go, you can have another go, and you can slide it a little bit. So I think we're pretty good where that is. I think that's pretty good. So you can always turn it over to have a look. Yep, that looks pretty neat to me. So there we go, there is our embossed card. You don't have to emboss it if you don't want to, of course, that's entirely up to you. But I embossed mine with with a leaf embossing folder, and you'll see why as we go along. Because I've also die cut some leaves, and I die cut my leaves out of non-shed glitter paper, which I got from the works. It's a pack of A4, different colours, and they're all on ombre, so as you die cut them, if you could die cut them in different areas, you'll get different shades of the colour that you die cut. I will add that, I will link them for you in the description below, because I know that they've got them in at the moment, because I got mine very recently. So again, because this is paper, it's not card, it's paper. So I am going to use my runner tape. No, I'm not, I beg your pardon, I'm going to use my glue stick. So concentrate, Dawn. So what I'm going to do, what I'm going to avoid doing, I'm going to avoid putting glue on that bit. And because this will dry clear, I'm not even worried if it goes where we're not going to stick anything, because it'll dry clear and it won't show. So I'm just going to put a fairly thick application of glue, because I want this to stick. And I'm going to use my ferny bits, or these bits here. We're just going to arrange these where we want, or where we think we want them. So we'll do that together. I won't do that off camera. We'll do that together because I don't know how this is going to work out, because I haven't got a plan as such as to where I'm going to put them. I'm just going to, in fact, I'm going to move that one round a bit. Told you there was no plan. So we'll wing it. We'll make it up as we go along. So that can go there. If some of this sticks up a little bit, that doesn't matter. It'll give it a bit of dimension. And I'm going to stick that bit there. And again, if it sticks up a little bit, it doesn't matter. And you'll see why in just a second. And I'm going to stick that bit. I'm going to bring that bit, oops. That's the trouble when you do it like this. You get glue all over your fingers. And these little leaves here, I'm going to bring them so that they just come down a little bit and make a bit of a nice shape. So we're setting the scene for our main image, really. So there we are. There is our card so far. And I have used one of my stamps. Oh, I'll show you. Oh, we'll do that next. I've used one of my stamps. This is a bird from one of my stamp set. I believe it came from a magazine, but I don't remember which one. And again, I've put a little bit of foam pad on the back, which I'm going to remove. But what I don't want him plumb in the middle, because I don't really think that's a very good composition. So I'm going to put it about there. I want to put it off to the side. So maybe a tiny bit higher up. About there. Yeah, I think there would be a good place to put him. But we won't worry about these flowers because we've got a neat little trick to keep these down. Because on one of my papers, one of my pattern paper packs, it was absolutely covered with all these gorgeous flowers. So what I did, I've just cut 3 of them out. I've just cut 3. These are just from a paper pack. So if you've got paper pack or even wrapping paper that's got flowers on it, although if you're using wrapping paper, you might want to glue them to a piece of white card, or any card really. So you might want to cut them out and mount them on to a piece of card, because obviously wrapping paper is just paper and it's a bit thin. But this was from a pattern paper pack, again from the works, where else? And so what I'm going to do with this, if I can get it off my fingers, is where the bird's leg is, I'm going to stick that bit. I'm going to put the flower under his wing and over his leg, like that. Whoops, she says. So I'm going to do that like that. So it's not covering the bird, but so the bird's coming out of there. And I'm going to put, oh, well, first of all, I'm going to take the backing tape off. That's always a good idea. So we're going to put one flower there, and that will secure that little bunch in place. Let's just take the backing sheet away as well. So I may have been a bit enthusiastic with the glue, but never mind. And that one, I'll take that off. And I think because that seems to be holding fairly well, I think we'll put that one just the other side of the bird and slide it underneath ever so slightly. So I would have liked that one to be up there a bit, but for now we'll leave it there because it's holding the bits of greenery down. I might move it, or I might add another one by the time we're done, but we'll see. So there is our card so far. We've got our emboss mat, we've got our scene, a little scene, or our leaves, some flowers, and a gorgeous little bird. And I have got a ladybird, which is a self-adhesive ladybird. So again, I'm just going to take that off. Now I don't know where to put that. I could either put that down there, or I could put it at the top. Do you know what? I think I'm going to put that down there among the leaves, because it will balance it out a bit. Yeah, I think I'm going to put our ladybird on the leaf like that. My original plan was to pop it up there, but I think we're going to leave that bit as it is. And the final thing I'm going to use, or I'll add, is our sentiment. Now, this is the most beautiful sentiment I think I've ever seen, or one of the most beautiful sentiments. It came with this stamp set. It said, "No matter what yesterday was like, birds start the new day with a song." Now, isn't that the most beautiful sentiment you've ever heard? Or one of them anyway. And I thought that was absolutely amazing. Because, yeah, we've all got some days where we think, oh, bother, why do we go on? We've all had days like that. I know I have. Not many, but once or twice I think, why do we bother? But then we know that there's always a new start the following day. So this is rather a large sentiment. So I used a die to cut this out. It's going to be difficult to give you measurements because it depends on your sentiment, or the size of your sentiment, what you use to cut it out. So I'm going to let you work that one out or decide for yourself. So there we go. There is our Aperture card number 1 from our series of Aperture cards. And I hope you've enjoyed it. I actually think it looks better without anything at the top. I might add something later, but I very much doubt it. So I hope you've enjoyed this and found it useful. Thank you for watching. Thank you to those who subscribe. If you're watching this and you're not yet a subscriber, please do hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and you'll never miss another video, either in this series or any other. And if you've enjoyed this video, please do hit that like button. It really does help, and I appreciate it a lot. And I will see you hopefully tomorrow, but I can't guarantee it. But so hopefully, so far tomorrow's looking good. So tomorrow, hopefully, I will be back with card number 2 in our series on Aperture cards. And I'll see you then. And in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Take care, everybody. Have fun. And as always, happy crafting. Bye-bye for now.